Okay, so this is part 3 of my purchase of Chanel Jumbo. So as you've heard in part 2, I went home, got the checkbook, I paid off the credit amount the purchase amount with my check. And so I was hoping, the idea is that my credit card is now clear for me to purchase more during the day, so I can get the additional 10% off, and also so that I can go over $5,000, so that I can eventually, I can get the $600 bonus dollars, or triple elite level dollars for purchasing this Chanel purse plus 50, the additional $50. I'm not going to go over it again. So I search and search and search, and finally, after much search, I couldn't find something. Like I said, I don't buy expensive makeup as far as lipstick or anything, because the sales associate at Chanel was saying maybe you can just get a lipstick for $50 and then you'll be at $5,000, and then you can just get the $600 later. But you need to do that today. So I don't use expensive. I use drugstore makeup for the most part, and it works fine for me. So I'm not going to spend $50 for lipstick. And I searched on the sales rack and nothing. So finally I thought, I have been eyeing this Burberry scarf for a long time, but they never go on sale. And it's this one that it sort of reminds me of the Louis Vuitton leopard sole that they have, and that everybody loves it, but it snags a lot. But this is Burberry, and it's made with, I think, silk and wool. I'll put the description of what this is in the description box below. It comes in 2 different colors. This one is sort of more camel and red and black and white. The other one is more white and gray and black. So I thought this I could wear with anything, and I don't have anything like this, and it was so soft and luxurious. I loved it. So at 10% additional, which I'd never see this thing on sale, I thought that's great. I know it's more than spending more than $50 that I needed to reach 5,000, but I also didn't want to waste my money on, and then I consider it waste. I know some people love nicer or more expensive makeup. I'm not going to spend it on a lipstick. So, and I don't wear perfume. So I decided on this, and this was a very last scarf, and she had to get it from the back room, and it was like in a plastic wrap, and I thought, oh great, nobody touched it except, and I'm like the first person to touch it. I was in love. And so I'm ready to pay with my new credit card that's been paid off. So I'm thinking I can pay, and it does not go through. So I explained the situation to my sales lady, and she said, I can talk to my manager and give you the 10% tomorrow, but if and I said, I still can't use my credit card. She said, well, maybe by tomorrow it would have cleared out, and I said, I still need to go over 5,000. I need to spend at least $50 today. And she said, okay, well, you can come back tomorrow and see if it'll work. And she couldn't do anything. I mean, she called the credit company and they wouldn't let her charge this. So I go home, I go to the dinner, and I'm super excited about wearing this new handbag to my dinner. Come back, and I can't go to sleep because I'm thinking about, I'm not going to be able to get the extra $600 because I didn't go over 5,000. And so I try to buy something online with that credit card. I search and search and search, and I find something that's on sale, and so that I can get the additional 10% and also get the triple points. And so I'm ready to check out. And of course, same thing. I don't know what I was thinking. I was not thinking correctly, because I was thinking to myself, I don't know why I thought the credit card would go through now online. What was I thinking? So I called the Saks Online. I called them on the phone like at 11:45, before midnight. And I said, I want to get the 10% off because I've opened up a credit card and I want to be able to get triple points. And I said, I paid off my, that whole schmeal about how I paid it off. And she said, well, it's not showing off as you paid it off, and therefore you can't charge anymore. And I said, I need to go over $5,000. Anyway, she said, well, this lady says you can only get 10% on one item, not all purchases for the entire day. Whatever. I wasn't going to argue with her. She obviously, and I, so something in Saks, I don't know what's going on, but, I don't know who's right about 10% off and whatever. But so long story short, I went back today, and I talked to my sales associate, and I told her what had happened, and she went and talked to a supervisor, and she was gone for a really long time. And another side note is that I was reading the fine print of the credit card, opening a new credit card, and that elite member and regular member of Saks membership. And it looked like, from the way it was reading to me, that if you buy from $1,000 to $49.99, that it was at one level of points. And if you buy $5,000 to $9,099, it was another level of points. So if I read that thing correctly, I would not get $600 off. I would only get almost $300. I mean, not off, but it's 300 Saks point versus 600 Saks points that the salespeople, and there was multiple salespeople, they all told me the same thing, that I would get with this, spending over 5,000. So I was a little upset, to say the least. I got very little sleep. One, because I was so excited about having this handbag, and two, because I didn't know what to believe, and I was feeling really nervous about the whole, and frustrated about the whole thing, the way it all played out. I mean, I wasted hours, trying to figure this out and trying to make it work so that I go over $5,000. So I went to Saks Fifth Avenue again, found my essay, and I mean, just to summarize, I found my essay. I told her about what happened the day before, and she said that shouldn't have happened. There must be a glitch. She said, let me take care of it. And she said, I told her I had spoken to, by then I had also called the Saks credit line, and they told me that I couldn't, that the only way that I can continue to shop and get triple points is if I paid off in cash. And I said, I would have paid credit. I mean, I would have paid in check. She said, you can ask them, this is a person on the telephone, credit. You said if you ask them to give you back the void the transaction and then just give them cash, then you could spend that amount that I paid in cash. So I got some money from the bank, and I had some money at home. So I went there thinking that I was going to get my check back and give her cash so that I can continue to shop for the triple points, and also talk to her about, going over the 5,000 mark so I can get 600 points, $600 Saks dollars. And so I went to her, I explained all that, and I also explained the situation of how, their fine print in their the eligibility points was different than how she explained it. And I said, in my calculation, I think I might get just over 300 something. And she said, no, you get 600 Saks dollars because you would have spent over $5,000 had you been able to make this purchase if it went. She thought that there was a system glitch. So to wrap it up, she went and talked to her supervisor, who made it my check post. Somehow she made it work so that it looked like I paid off my, the price of this handbag in tax, and so that I can continue to charge on my credit card. And she gave me 10% off on this. And by this point, I didn't even care about the triple points. All I cared about was the fact, of course I would like to get triple points plus the $600. because it's by now I've spent like 5,000 without tax. It was a 5,000. This was like 395 or something with 10% off. It was 435 and 10% off of that, plus 49.50. So it turns out to be 5,200, 5,300, something, 5,000, not quite 5,400. So, you know, at that elite level, I would have gotten 12 points per dollar spent. So I'm thinking I would get more than $600 if I, you know, anyway. I didn't want to, all I cared, what can I say? She said, I'll get $600, and if I don't get it, that I should come and talk to her. And she gave me the name of the manager that she, you know, who agreed with her way of explaining how that system worked. And that she said, because it was a triple point day, that it's different. So if okay, so, and she said, if it doesn't go through, that she will make it right. And she was so nice. And I actually asked her to write it all down so that, you know, because they see so many people. It's not that I don't trust her, but it's more that, you know, how's she going to remember? She goes, I'll remember you. Oh my God. And then I said, okay, if I spend more than 5,000, if I spend like 5,500, how much Saks dollars will I get? Let me look at that chart, because she was showing me the chart that they use. And she said, I'm not going to, you know, we're not going to go there. I'm not going to tell you how much you're going to get. So I don't know what that means, but she promised me that if Saks doesn't give, that Saks should give $600 for purchasing or going over the $5,000 mark, that the triple point accumulates as you go over. And if that's the case, it should be more than 600, because then I would have spent I would have spent like $400 let's see, almost $400 more than 5,000. So there should be triple points to that for, you know, almost $400. So that should have been, I don't know. And now I'm getting, you know what? You don't need to know all the details, right? You're probably all confused. I'm sorry. So that's my saga. So if everything works out, I would have gotten this Chanel purse, which cost $5,500, for $1,150 less. So I should get $600 at least. I mean, she said $600, but I think it should be at least $600 because I went over 5,000. By February, they'll send me a check, or they'll send me a gift card, or, you know, one of those Saks bucks. And or I was reading online that I could also request it in like 2 billing cycles or something. So I'll keep you posted, and let you know what happens. I'm expecting everybody promised me that I would get that amount of money. I certainly got the 10% off, but now I just have to get that Saks money back. So I hope you're not bored. Thank you so much for watching. And I am so excited. By the way, now I'm gonna go over how heavy this bag is and what's in it. So this will be part 4. So I'll go into part 4. Okay, see you a little later.